Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Today I want to share with you an incredible watch winder by Mainspring. And so this one here is called their Dualism dual slot watch winder done in gold. If you are a flashy person and you want your watch display to stand out, look no further. This is absolutely incredible. Check this out. So this kind of an interesting name, their Dualism dual slot watch winder. I would have called this something like astronomical or something, because it has a very like space age, like almost like an astronomy like kind of presence to it. I don't know, that's just what I get from it. This is absolutely stunning. I mean, the quality, the weight, the heft on this thing, this is just something that you can really show off a couple of your watches. Now, you guys know I'm not really one for displaying my watches, but there are a few areas, like in my office, I do want to have a couple little things out that are related to watches, right? When you collect something, you do want to show it off. I'm a huge believer in keeping the things that you spend money on protected, and things that are covered under insurance, and what you're mainly protecting yourself from is the crackhead. Professional thieves aren't going to come into a house to, a normal middle class home, right? For the most part, it's going to be the guys who are looking for quick snatch and grab. And if you have things of extreme value left out, wedding rings, solid gold jewelry, you can almost say goodbye if a crackhead comes into your house and you're not there to stop them, that's gonna be gone, right? So something like this, the watches that I'm gonna keep in here, I'm not too concerned with if by some chance they were stolen, of course. And of course, for the purpose of the video, I have a couple different watches in here that I don't normally keep displayed in here, right? A couple homage watches. So just a stunning piece. It just goes to show you, we have some amazing products out there. And so this is just one of them. Now, if gold is not your thing, you can get it in silver. Gold's not for everybody, so you have those two options. It's just such a beautiful beautiful display. And for guys who want to display this on your dresser, a couple bottles of nice cologne, it really has a real presence to it. So they describe this as two independent winders with a simultaneous gyroscoping winding of your watch. It's a unique piece, etc., etc. There's not really too much else to say about it. You have a couple nice solid aluminum knobs in the front, two buttons on the back, and your power port. And the two buttons on the back, basically, one is for power to the device and one's for an LED backlight. So let me just go ahead and just plug this in, because I do want to show you the action on this. It really is quite a piece. And I have a few watch winders in my collection. They're all cool, but this one is one of these ones that I saw years ago, and I was like, dude, that thing is just absolutely incredible. Only gripe I have is I wish it would have used USB-C connection. They just have a standard. These are pretty standard. If you should have, your dog or cat chews through this, you can get a replacement. But that's my only gripe, really. Plug this in the back, and you can see it has a couple LED lights, and it starts rotating. Now, the lights on this, unfortunately, are kind of more like disco style. They flash, and so they're just flashing different colors. And this kind of reflects off this bright, shiny gold gyroscope spinning. You can change the rotation if you want by changing the knob here. And you can see it'll reverse the direction of one, which I kind of like this setting where they're actually moving against each other. And you can go ahead and turn it again. And you can have one pause. And this one here actually changes the opposite side. So I'm sorry, this is for one side, this is for the other. And so you kind of, choose how you want to rotate, whether it be sort of clockwise or counterclockwise. And there is a delay. I don't know when this actually turns off. I don't think it continually rotates. It does pause. Let me just put this down for a second. It's really heavy. It's really well made. It's like a brick of gold. It's pretty badass. They state here that the material on this is aluminum. The size and capacity is, it'll fit up to a watch 55 millimeters in diameter, so you guys with the huge Invictus. It has one motor for one turntable, holds one watch each, counterclockwise, clockwise, and bi-directional rotation. It'll rotate 2,900 revolutions per day. Power supply. This is kind of interesting. It does say 100 volt to 240 volt, and then it says battery power, 2 AA batteries, and I'm not seeing where, I think that's a misprint, because I'm not seeing where you can put any batteries in this device, which would have been kind of nice to have the ability to have this be battery powered, but I think that was just an actual a typo on that, because it says 2 AAA batteries not included. Unless I'm missing something, I need to go actually read the manual, but just check that out. How cool is that? I mean, just bad friggin' ass. Now, price point of this is not cheap. You're looking at, I believe this is in pounds. It's going to run you roughly, depending on the sales, $2,500 to $2,500. That's roughly the conversion. Excuse me, I'm drawing a blank on this watch winder. So very expensive. This is really for a guy who, honestly, if you are a guy who's going to, I don't know if necessarily somebody's going to buy this who's going to show off, you know, $100 or $200 watch, right? You'd probably just buy more watches with that. So this is for the guy, though, who maybe has a couple grail pieces. Maybe you guys know I'm not a Rolex fan, right? It's just too expensive. I don't see the value in it. But that doesn't mean that there aren't people who absolutely love the brand. We can't argue that it is a super popular brand on planet Earth, and people love the brand. And so there are some people who just have 1 watch or 2 watches. And so if you are the kind of guy who is willing to spend $20,000 on a watch, this might be the kind of device you want to display that watch with. So I think this is definitely going to appeal to a certain market of watch guy, and it should. It's absolutely stunning. So, all right, so that's really about it with this. I don't, you know, there's nothing really else to really discuss about it other than just having the Mainspring logo on the front. It's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. Now you do get a couple different inserts, and I want to show you guys these because this is kind of where. So really easy. These just kind of rest in the top. Let me just kind of show you that again, or show you that. These kind of rest in the gyro, and so all you do is just kind of pop this in, and they just kind of pop in there. Again, not super. You gotta kind of hold it. Not super tight. You know, not loose. They just kind of sit in there. But they do give you 4 of these. And so they give you, this is the larger size. As the other one here just has, it's just slightly smaller. So probably to fit maybe more like a woman's watch. My only gripe with this is that if you, like my watches are sized to 7 inches. If you have a watch that's sized, that's unsized, right? Let's say you just have a watch you want to throw in this. Or if you have a really large wrist, this probably isn't going to fit your watch. So just kind of keep that in mind. That is something I wish they would have posted on the site. And I just want to demonstrate here. If we open this up, we have just kind of like a spring-loaded plastic. If we pop this on, you know, you can kind of see here. And I'll give you an example. Let me grab a different watch. If you have, here's an unsized Shield watch I just got. If we pop this on here, unsized, you can see, you know, this isn't going to work. It needs to be snug. You actually need to kind of squeeze down on this spring-loaded plastic. So, again, if you're a big guy, big wrist, maybe a huge, you know, 9-inch wrist, and you want to use this, probably isn't going to work for you. You really have to have a watch that's downsized. I'd probably say to 8 inches or smaller, because when I pop this on here, you can see it definitely kind of springs closed. You want this to be able to hold the watch on there securely, like so. But that's just really a small gripe. Most people, I mean, the average wrist size is going to be that, you know, 6 to 8 inches, I'd say. And I think you'd be safe getting something like this if that's your wrist size. So very cool. Just a badass looking piece. This is looking really badass on my shelf back here. I used to have a shelf behind me here. This would look great in the videos, but it is what it is. I took that shelf down and put up the horse picture there. But great piece. That's about it. Nothing really else I can say about it other than it's gorgeous, and definitely something that if you are in the market for a very cool, very flashy, very beautiful, very classy watch winder, give this a look. Link is in the description. If I can help in any way, drop me a comment or drop me an email. I'm always here to help. As always, folks, have a great day and take care.